Chapter 4. Preparing for Battle. A short while later, they both stop at a door in a back alley. "The rest are just inside here," Killswitch explains. Then he knocks on the door, and a moment of silence ensues. Shortly thereafter, the locks on the other side begin to be undone. "Right on time, fellas," Cold Crow greets, swinging the door open. The two dash inside, and Cold Crow quickly closes the door behind them and fastens all the locks. The interior is well lit with torches hanging off the stone walls. The stone floor is covered with some fur throws, and the room has a few pieces of wooden furniture. A table with a few chairs around it, and several shelves are placed against the wall. Besides Cold Crow, there are three other adventurers. A tall, well-developed girl with pointy ears and a fair skin tone is standing in the middle. Her eyes are such a radiant blue that they almost seem to glow. Her face is neatly framed by some of her long, flowing, bright red hair. The other female, a wood elf standing to her left, is a good bit shorter, with a slim, thick build. Her eyes are almost cat-like and yellow, and her skin is a soft, medium brown. Her dark brown hair is kept neatly pulled back in a ponytail. To the far right is a man with an olive complexion, black, shoulder-length hair, and a kempt beard. He's holding a staff in his left hand, and with a quick glance, Graelic notices he has several items hanging off his belt. The most intriguing is a big, old-looking book, tightly fastened shut. The other item that catches Graelic's attention is a long, extravagant-looking dagger. Realizing he hadn't paid attention to the gear of the first two, he looks back to the two ladies to see what they are wielding. The shorter girl is clad in full leather armor. A pair of tight leather leggings with knee-high boots protect her legs, while her top has a midriff leather chest plate with metal and wooden reinforcing. She has a red leather bandana tied around her neck. She's wearing some wicked-looking shoulders that have spikes jutting from the left one. She has a fancy dagger hanging off each of her hips, and he notices the hilt of another one peeking out from the top of her left boot. Finally, he notices another hilt peeking from under her cape, just off of her left rib cage. The tall girl is wearing a purple silken robe with light blue detailing, and in her right hand is a long silver staff. The staff is ornamented with a clear crystalline ball on the top. She has a small hip satchel slung over her shoulder and across her body, the contents of which seem to be faintly glowing. "Greetings, Graelic," says the cute, short girl. "My name is Sabella." Following this short introduction, she reaches down and pulls the fur throws away to reveal a hidden wooden hatch door. Then she looks up at Graelic and smiles menacingly. "Below this wooden hatch lies a maze filled with enemies, monsters, and treasures. It's a dangerous way to spend your first day here, but I'm sure you'll do fine." "Of course I will. I have all of you here with me, so this will be a blast. I just hope I don't have to save any of you guys on my first day," Gray responds, laughing. "That will be my role on this run, Graelic," the bearded caster says with a confident tone. "The name is Salvatore, and healing is my game." He winks and shoots the finger like a gun with a double cheek click. "Awesome," Gray says. "Well, nice to meet you guys, Sabella, Salvatore, and..." Then he pauses inquisitively, looking at the tall redhead. She smiles sideways and raises an eyebrow. "Sage." Next, she holds up her staff and continues, "I nuke things." Then she lowers the staff back down and says, "So." "Excellent," Killswitch jumps in. "That's the introduction, so let's get this run going." Gray smiles at Sage, saying, "And Sage, it's very nice to meet you all." Finally, he turns his attention to Killswitch and Cold Crow. "All right, boys, let's do this." At which point, he starts to head down the stairs. "Whoa!" everyone shouts simultaneously. Graelic's eyes widen, slightly shocked by the sudden outburst. "What?" he impatiently insists. We all just said, let's go. Everyone in the group starts to laugh a little. Then Sage says, yes, we did, but first we need to get prepped. Enhancements and whatnot. Any beneficial stat boosting items or spells should be used or cast now, before we go into a dangerous area. She reaches into her bag and pulls out some vials with glowing blue and green liquid. Take these for example, she explains, holding them out on display. The blue vials will give you a greater mana pool and increase how quickly you regenerate your mana. That is, of course, outside of combat. Ah, so it's like my spell, Gray exclaims. Yes, but it stacks, meaning it will increase it even further, the redhead replies. Oh, nice, he says excitedly. Salvatore suddenly chimes in. I also have buffs that can be shared. You see, these two spells will increase the health and resilience of everyone in the group, which basically means we'll all have higher life force and will take slightly less damage from physical attacks. I can use these vials to coat my daggers with poison that will slow down monsters that I either stab or slice, Sabella brags proudly. If I get in real trouble, I can drink from this pouch and it will restore a good bit of my life force. Then she smiles. You can have one for this first run of yours. Killswitch jumps in. Remember those scrolls I gave to you earlier? Yeah, I have them right here, Gray replies. Great, he exclaims. Then looking to Sage, he asks her, will you help him with that real quick? She smiles and answers, gladly. Okay then, Killswitch states. That's all for now. Buff up, and we'll head out ahead of these two. Cold Crow places his huge hand on Graelic's shoulder. Don't take too long, or else we might kill everything before you get there. Then he turns, laughing, and stands at the top of the stairs. Everyone else drinks their vials, and a short barrage of spells are cast on the group. For a few moments, several of the group members are chanting and waving their hands around. For Gray, it seems like a really cool, yet somewhat bizarre experience. Once again, he finds himself in awe of what he just happened to stumble into. As all the spellcasting dies off, the lights, the glowing, and unearthly sounds dissipate, and everything returns to normal. Alrighty then, guys, I'm off to scout ahead, Sabella says, with her bright yellow eyes sparkling. Afterwards, she lifts her red bandana over her mouth and nose, then disappears without a sound. See you in a bit, Gray. Sage, Killswitch says, walking down the stairs.